Do audiobooks count as reading books? I'm here to persuade you that yes, audiobooks do count as reading books. Whether you're sitting on the fence or you're completely opposed to this statement, I'm hoping by the end of this video, I would be able to change your mind. So I know this is quite controversial. I didn't realise how controversial until I made a YouTube short back in December. I'll put it here for context, but I was doing the he gave me the ick meme thing, just having a bit of fun, and it ended up being my most viewed YouTube short and definitely my most commented because people were just not happy, and yeah, people got offended, they got a bit irate, and the conversations and debates got a bit frosty. So I thought, why not make a video explaining why I believe the statement to be true? And I'm going to be going over what I mean when I say reading books and the difference between reading words and reading a book, and highlighting the different formats and the different actions and skills required to read different formats of books. And then lastly, I've got two good analogies, which is where I'm going to grab people's attention. I think that's where I'm going to be able to persuade people over to my cause. These analogies are banging, and I think it just shoves it in your face what I'm trying to say. So if by the end of the analogies you don't understand what I'm saying, I don't know what more I can do. So yeah, I'm just going to get into the video now. And quickly, please keep that comment section nice, okay? I like a debate. I love a debate. And we're human. We're meant to have different opinions. Be nice. We don't need to be horrible people. We don't need to be rude. Let's keep it a lovely, safe space down there for nice discussions. So reading books is an umbrella term of someone understanding, interpreting, and ingesting content of books. Now, there's different formats of books, and this can be a physical book, an audio book, a digital book, a braille book. All of them are books, and we can all read these books. So let's imagine one book throughout this whole video, okay? We're thinking about one book, many different formats. However, they all have the exact same content. They have the same beginning, middle, end, characters. Nothing about the content is different. And when I say reading books, it's not just about interpreting the words, it's also about how you interpret the characters, the narrative, the plot, the storyline. There's so much that goes into reading books. It's so much bigger than reading words. And that's what I'm hoping within this video, I'll be able to put that across, that yeah, it's not just about the words, it's about the whole experience of reading a book and immersing yourself in that world. Regarding these different formats of books, each one requires a different skill, a different action, a different cognitive processing. These skills are very different, and again, I hope I get that across. I'm not saying that reading a physical book is the same skill and effort as listening to an audiobook, but you are still reading a book. At the end of the day, you're either reading words on a page or you're listening to the words being read to you. Now, I want to quickly cover what reading words means, and reading words is deciphering and understanding what letters are, and you're basically decoding them into words and understanding how that's being read as a sentence and understanding grammar. No one is saying that reading is not a hard and valid skill. And I feel like a lot of people got upset in the YouTube short comments they felt attacked by saying audiobooks count, because they were like, yeah, but reading is a skill. And I agree. I feel like reading words and understanding grammar and being able to read a sentence on a page is a skill, a separate skill to listening to words. I'm not trying to say they're the same thing, because they're completely different, and no one's belittling anything here. Whether you are reading words on a page or listening to someone read words from a page, you're comprehending and understanding the words and ingesting the same content and reading the same book. Like, I feel like people were merging reading words and reading books because they are different. Reading books is an umbrella term for reading and ingesting books out there in different formats, all different formats. So yeah, I don't understand the obsession and the need to gatekeep reading for people that can see. I don't understand the need for it. Like, to me, reading books can be done by anyone. This means someone who can't see, can't hear, can't touch, has a neurological disorder that hinders them to read words on a page, like ADHD. Because I've had people, I put this short on loads of different socials, and I had someone who has ADHD and they said the only way they can read books is via audiobooks because their brain can't read words on a page easily, so they have to listen to the audiobook. They're still reading the same book. They're not using the skill of reading words, but they are using the skill of listening to words. And I had also someone say that they can't afford Braille books because they're expensive, so they listen to audiobooks. Like, let's not gatekeep people or get offended just because someone is using a different skill to read a book. We all should be able to read these books, okay? And yeah, that's that. I'm not going to keep going on because I can get into a right rambly argument, but I'm trying to stay somewhat calm throughout the video. I'm going to be running through differences in reading books via a physical book or an audiobook. I'm only going to be using these two formats because otherwise I'll be here all day. Whilst reading words involves visual decoding, listening to words involves auditory decoding. Nearly forgot the word there. You're still processing the language, interpreting the meaning, and visualizing the narrative and the story in your mind. They're different cognitive processes involving different skills, but in order to actually understand the story, you're still having to comprehend the meaning of words. Whether you're decoding it and it registers in your brain and you're able to read it from a page, or whether you're listening to the words that someone's speaking to you. Either or, you're still comprehending meaning. The same meaning because it's the same words and it's the same book. Just one's auditory and one's visual. Then we've got physical experience. Now, this is a given. It's very different because one, you're holding a physical item and you can smell it, etc. Whereas the other one, it's all auditory. I mean, you probably put in headphones, you have a device like your phone that it's going to be on, and you have to play it. You can be on the move and listen to the book. At the end of the day, when they both finish the book, whether they're reading a physical book or listening to the audiobook, they have both read the same book. Capiche? Now for the fun bit, the analogies. And some people might have skipped straight to this because they didn't want me waffling on before. I mean, I don't even know I was able to get my point across. I hope I bloody was. Anyway, these analogies should be enough to persuade you that audiobooks counts as reading books. So the first analogy is, it's the same way we say writers and authors write books, but they're not actually writing with a pen and a paper. They're typing it on a laptop, but they're still writing the book. The second analogy, driving. What do I mean by driving? It refers to the act of operating a vehicle from one location to the other, and it involves controlling the vehicle's speed and movement, etc. So in this analogy, imagine the term driving is reading and imagine the term vehicle is books, okay? There's different types of vehicles that you can drive. That is a car, a motorcycle, a truck. All of them require different skills, but they're all vehicles, they're all driving. Imagine I'm in London and I want to drive to Nottingham. The route's going to be the exact same. So the experience outside is the same. I'm still going from one point to the end. Like a book has a start and an end, and the content in the middle all of those words, imagine that as the scenery and the cars around you when you're traveling from A to B. What vehicle you use will be different. And let's use a car and a motorcycle. When people talk about motorbikes, they are driving a vehicle. However, the action is riding a motorbike. They're still driving to point A to B. You wouldn't say to someone if they were like, oh yeah, I'm driving to Nottingham this weekend, and turn around and say to them, no, you're not, you're riding to Nottingham. We can even dive deeper into the cars. So we've got manual cars, which you have gears and you have an extra pedal to change the gears. Then we've got automatic cars, which removes the gears and removes a freaking pedal. You've only got 2 pedals and the road to steer. Then we've got vehicle assisted cars for people who have no feeling in their legs. They don't even need to use pedals or their feet to drive the car. Imagine these 3 people, one in automatic, one in manual, one in the auto assisted one that has no pedals. They're all driving. I know people driving cars could never drive a motorbike because they don't have the balance. Like, they're different skills in driving each different type of vehicle. However, they're all driving from point A to B. And that is what I mean by reading a book. There's different formats to reading, as in reading words or listening to an audiobook. Umbrella term, driving. Umbrella term, reading. So I'm going to be leaving it there. Open it up for discussion. But I hope I have persuaded you that audiobooks are a valid and a legitimate way of reading a book, the same as physical books, braille books, digital books, etc. And by saying that statement, we're not saying reading a physical book. Let's not gatekeep reading books. I don't think it's limited to one sense, and that's sight. We all consume books differently. It's just audiobooks is through sound. It is so a legitimate form of reading books. I can't say that enough. Yeah, we're all ingesting the same words, the same content. Like, we get the same characters, same storyline. Comment below. Keep it nice, people, please. And yeah, if you've got any other the stress I've had with even thinking about this video, I don't even know why I'm saying this next bit, but if you have any other like controversial or like opinions about reading that you want me to talk about or want to know my opinion, just let me know in the comments, and you never know, I might make a YouTube short or a video about it. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today and learned something new. See you in the next one. Bye.